guys, this unboxing is of brushes I already own. So these are the brushes. There's 3 of them. They are and this is tough to say, they're the Sonia G Tradition Series Keyaki Kakishibu brushes. So this is a special die from the 13th century. Isn't it kind of neat? This one has a protection on it. I wish they all did, but they don't. And this particular type of dye actually is really good as an antibacterial and an antifungal, which is probably why they used it back then. I don't know how they figured out that it was antibacterial and antifungal, but you know, the Middle Ages were a very interesting time. So this is Keyaki wood, which is absolutely my favorite wood, or at least one of my favorite woods. And so when I saw these brushes, they came out a year ago, I was crazy and I was like, oh my God, I have to have these. And I bought them and I've been using them for a year, and I decided to get a second set. So let's go and open her up. These are not limited edition brushes, by the way. And these brushes are only available at English. They do know how to make nice packaging, don't they? So here these are the same brushes. And these are made in Kumano, Japan. They're handmade. And this little stamp means that it's made in Kumano, which is like the best place to have your brushes made. And it also comes in this. Oh, you've got some. And these are incredibly soft. So this brush is unwashed, and this brush is washed, and this will bloom out a little bit. As you can see, this one's far more bloomier, if you will. So there's this brush, and I can't even begin to tell you, because this is made out of Sakaho goat hair, and I just love it. I do, I really love this brush. I'm not gonna put this brush out because I already have this brush out, and I'm just gonna keep this in its special little packaging. And it was supposed to come with a box, but you can buy these as a set or as singles, and the set was gone, and so the only thing available were the singles. So I just picked up the singles, and it should have come with the box, but it did not. So this one's very, very tight. You can see that this one is all bloomed out, and this one will bloom out too after you wash it. And this one, it doesn't say, oh, I don't know if you can notice, but it has beautiful, it says Japan, and then it has this beautiful Japanese kanji writing. And then the last one. Now also, as of I think last week, these are so soft, there are more brushes to this collection. So, yeah, and you can see that this too will bloom to look like this after it is washed. But there are more brushes to this collection. So I will be adding more brushes to the collection. I think there's a highlighter brush. This is like a blush brush. And there's a smaller highlighter brush that I want to get in the special die. So these are the brushes. And they're such a great brush set. Again, you can get these separate, but you can also get them in a singles and sets, whichever you choose. I like all 3 of these brushes, so obviously I wanted to get all 3, even though I got them as singles and not a set because the quote set was, it's very confusing. In any event, these are fantastic brushes. I love them so much. The Keyaki wood gets me every single time. If I see Keyaki wood, I'm like, okay, it's mine, I'm buying it. I love it that much. And these are just great brushes. So I'm glad to have a second set in my collection. We have some makeup brushes. So we're gonna start off with the BK Beauty ones. The BK Beauty ones are a lower mid-range brand. I think they start in the 30s. So they're not very expensive. I like these for traveling so that I don't hurt my fude. For those of you who don't know, I collect makeup brushes called fude, which are handmade Japanese brushes. And most of the time I have them imported from Japan. I also collect ones that are very, very old as well, but that's the archaeologist in me. So this is the 111. These are great for travel because then I don't have to worry about bringing my fude, ruining my fude, losing my fude, having my fude stolen. This is one that I already have. It is the 111 as well. This is washed. This is not washed. I brought it out so that you could see that it does puff out quite a bit. This is good for like bronzing. I typically use it for just bronzing, but it's a great brush to have. Again, I use it for travel. Then they had this set, which I already purchased before, but I wanted another one. This is the 105 Large Buffer and 106 Round Foundation. So I already have these again because I like to take these and my refer traveling. And we'll pull these off. All right, I do not like the way this is packaged, by the way. All brushes should be washed before using. So this is unwashed, this is washed. As you can see, this is gonna bloom out quite a bit. Always wash your brushes before use. This is a powder brush. You can use it for bronzing. Mostly powder and bronzing, I guess. And then this is the 106 brush. As you can see, I have one that's already been washed. This is kind of smushed. This will pluck out, and they're both kind of, this is about the same size. This probably won't pluck out much more. But this is the washed one, and this is the unwashed one. These are great brushes. I actually really do like them, despite the fact that they are not handmade Japanese brushes. There's only 2 places in the United States that you can get handmade Japanese brushes, also known as fude, and it's at Beautylish and then Hakuhodo online. You can get them here. Outside of that, everything needs to be brought in from Japan, and you can go to fude, what are those 2 places? fudebeauty.com, and then there's another one that I use that I can't remember right now. So this is fude. I actually have this already, and we'll open her up first. This is with Chikuhodo, and this is very special. So it comes like this, and then it comes with Tesshyu. So Tesshyu is a master brush maker, and he's amazing. And see, I haven't even opened these. I have not even opened these. He and Sonia G did these together as a collector item. And as you can see, oh, and that wood handles, look at that. So I already have this collection. And I wanted another one because there's one I want to be able to use one, and then I want to be able to keep one as a collector item. So we are going to open her up as well to make sure nothing's wrong with any of this. It comes all packaged the same way. Aren't these beautiful? So this, I never use this, but this is beautiful to collect. This is a brush cleaner, so in between makeup applications, you can use this to clean your brush off. I do not do that. I actually clean my brushes after each use. There's debate whether or not you should do that, but that is what I do. So we're gonna open up this. I'm gonna keep this collection as a collectible and not open them up. But we're gonna open up these. So this means that it was made in Kumano. And Kumano, for those of you who aren't Fude lovers or collectors, that is where the best brush makers are. Oh, this is very lightweight. Oh, I like this. So again, I have not opened these at all. So I never got a chance to touch these. This is squirrel hair. I don't usually use squirrel hair eye brushes. I collect them, but I don't use them. So this is probably gonna go where all my other collectibles are, but I'm not gonna use this brush. Squirrel hair is beautiful, and it's like top of the line. The reason why I don't use it is because it doesn't pick up hair all that well when it comes to eyeshadow, so I try and just stay away from that. But these I do want to use for my face. Unfortunately, you can't buy them separately. So this is a small face brush, probably used for highlighter. It's tiny. It's a very, very tiny brush. Oh, but look at it. So this is also squirrel hair. You cannot use squirrel hair with creams or liquids, dry products only. And then the brush that I've literally been waiting for. I can open it. Oh my gosh. They really like to glue this down. And I don't want to ruin anything because this is special. Here we go. Oh wow. This will like really pluck out. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's so soft. So this is a candlestick brush, which I love. It's my favorite shape because it looks like a candlestick. It comes right in like that. It is so beautiful. Now these hairs are uncut. This is a mix of dyed goat hair and squirrel hair. And it is so soft, and I can't wait to use this with powder or like a finishing powder. I wouldn't use this as a setting powder brush because you could ruin it because of the squirrel hair. So I would use this for finishing powder only or bronzer. This would be nice for bronzer. This is so beautiful. How gorgeous is that? I'm so glad I have two of these. When these came out in February, I only bought one. I was being nice. I could have bought like 50 billion of them. I could have bought all of them, but I'm not a jerk. There was no limit to how much you could buy on these, I think. But I was like, okay, the Cranes eye set. I think it was the eye set or the face set. I can't remember. It was called the Crane set. And there were a lot of issues with it. So I only bought one. If it's a limited edition, I only buy one, and then I wait and wait and wait and wait and wait to make sure that anybody who really wants one gets one. I'm not a jerk. So I waited 6 months and these were still available. So after 6 months, if a limited edition item is still available, I'm gonna snag a second one. So I have one to put away as a collector's item and one I can actually use. So this is the one I'm gonna use, and I can't really wait to use these two brushes, particularly this one. This is my favorite. And the wood is so beautiful. It's very, very lightweight, which is nice because you wanna be able to have it not too heavy in your hands so you can work the product into your skin without having this weighted down. These are gorgeous. Ugh. Sonia and Chikuhodo, what a amazing collaboration.